It runs into the sidewalk, so would it not be public property?
It took us longer.
Charlie, how you doing?
Good. Well.
So we got to split up and we can walk around as long as we're by ourselves. I mean,
no, so he said, I asked him that, and he said, no, so you cannot carry the flag around unless you have a permit. I asked him that specifically.
So is a permit per day? You don't get a permit across the board to come in anytime you want?
No, ma'am, it has to be named dates and times so we can, like I said, we can be prepared.
So we were all sitting here with the U.S. flag. We'd have to have a permit.
Probably not.
Then that's against our Constitution.
I said probably not. I'm not sure. I don't run I don't run the city government.
Is it the chief that made this decision, not the mayor? The chief or the mayor made this decision?
The chief, I believe, you can quote me on this, I believe he picked up the phone and called the city attorney to see where we stood on this. And this was the response he got. Which the chief and the city attorney were familiar.
Is this public property? Is this public property?
Yes, sir.
Then we're allowed to do it.
No, sir, you're not without a permit.
It's our constitutional right as long
is.
as we're on the.
It is with a permit. It's a city permit.
No. Even without a city permit.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. I've already explained all this to these nice people here.
Well, I guess our only choice is to.
What is the city attorney's name, if you don't mind me asking? What's the city attorney's name?
I'm trying to think of
Oh,
his
I'm sorry.
name.
I didn't know you
Have you got
heard
it?
me
Do
or
you know
not.
their names, Bobby?
I wasn't trying to rush you.
Hope.
I mean, all I know to do is
Malay.
get a civil
Hope Malay.
rights attorney, and all I know to do.
Well, give something good to write up in the boys' morning.
And I'll tell you something else. So I'm trying to prove here I'm not the bad guy.
We don't think you
I
are.
understand.
We knew y'all were up here for a long time this morning. I had 2 officers call me. And I said, okay, they're up there. We will not react. We will not do anything until we get some complaints. We started getting complaints. And
what were they complaining about?
About the
That they
Confederate
saw the
flag.
flag.
Yes. And like I said, it means a lot of things to a lot of different people.
But you know what? A lot of things offend everybody.
Exactly.
But you know the true history, right? You know.
But I don't see that it matters to, I mean, you know, what about all the 80% of the people that are saying thank you so much? Do you know, we've had people stop us and say thank you so much. We're not allowed to have that flag.
What about
Ma'am, trust me, I wish you had that piece of paper in your hand.
I do too.
And when these people call me at
It's
the
my
office,
fault.
I could say, they got a permit,
All
deal
right,
with it. I
let's
mean,
hear
I'd
it.
love to be able to tell
Bottom
them.
line is, he didn't make the decision. If he lets us do it, somebody else is going to come and tell us
That's
to move,
okay.
and you're going to get in trouble.
Well, we're going to
Yes,
go
sir.
to
I
lunch
have
and we're
a-
going to get our
I have a
copy of our
duty
thing
to
and
do
bring
it.
it
I
back.
understand that.
How about that?
It's like I told him, don't shoot.
We're going to break up and go to lunch, and you know what? I'll bring it. It's my fault I didn't have it because we do have that, and we'll bring it.
You
next
do
time.
have them.
Yeah, it's that statute because it's already gone before the Mississippi Supreme Court.
Yeah.
It's already been cleared, but I don't have it.
Now, I will say this. You could chat with UPD, see if you're allowed there. Yes.
They're real scared of us over there.
Once upon a time on UPD, they had areas designated.
Free speech
They have
areas.
three.
But I
yes,
don't,
3 spots.
and I don't think you are required to have permits
Sergeant Mahaffey used to work.
if you're in that spot.
Right. One of them is from the student union.
I think so, yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, y'all. I really am.
How would we find out about the? How would we find out if we could on the university?
Call the university police department, and they can tell you.
915-7234.
What do you think? Put that in your phone.
Where y'all want to eat at?
Or you can go out
Thank
there
you,
and
too.
show up. I guess I can come to you.
Well, I thought about that, and I thought I don't want to take this flag apart and put it back together a couple more times.
Well, we were only planning on doing it till lunch. You know, it's just, we're just, you know why we even just asked him to ask you? We just kind of want to remind you all that we're a free society. And even though you're police officers, you know, police officers have a duty to keep us a free society. That means you can't follow every single order without it. He did the, I'm proud of him for calling you. It would have been easier for
I'm
him
very
to say
thankful that he did. Yeah.
I'm proud of you for calling him. It's great. So,
And by the way, since he works under you, he handled it wonderfully. He's a total gentleman,
deal.
totally respectful.
That's why I sent him
He's
up
to be
here.
commended.
Knew you would. Knew you would. Actually, I was up at the police department, and we have a elaborate camera system that covers our square. We've got some guys over in one of the alleys that work at one of the restaurants that are sitting in the back doorstep smoking joints before they go in for their shift. Well, one of the other bar owners called me yesterday and said, look, we're sitting in my alley, my little home, and it reeks. And I said, all right, well, we'll. And I was sitting up there looking at the camera, and I had 2 undercover officers over here in this alley. And then I got the call, and so I sent him up here. And we actually were watching the whole conversation go on up here, and I said, well, let's see how they act. You know, I'm like, are they gonna cooperate, or so.
Right.
No, we didn't jump, but we were awful nice about it.
Yeah. He did say he's hot at best in the summer, though. I am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is
Even
hot,
with short sleeves.
especially with black.
Right.
Yeah. It's pretty rough. Listen,
So
I
we're
appreciate
coming
y'all.
back after lunch or what?
We had to go somewhere else.
Well, let's discuss it during lunch. I don't think so. I think he's made it very clear until we have that statute in our hand.
Well, actually, until you have the permit in hand, what I want you to do is I want you to argue your statute with the people that do your permit, because that's way above my pay rate, okay? Even if you had the paper in your hand, I would still have to adhere to what the city policy and what my chief told me.
Right.
Does that make
Now,
sense?
see,
The thing to do would be to get the statute.
Attorney, and he said, no, don't do a permit. He said, you take the statute because this is, and he said the officers will know.
Right.
But
I
he
think
said,
you
don't
were
do a
saying-
permit.
See, that's what I
because-
was trying to tell you a
That's
while
right,
ago. As long as it's public property and we're on the sidewalk, we're allowed to carry our flags. It don't matter
Well,
what the
but we don't
city
have that
says.
statute with us.
But were you
It
saying
don't-
take the statute to the permit office? Is that what you were saying?
That's what I'd love for you
The
to
Take
do.
best
the
thing to do
statute
is to
to
get
the
the
permit
statute
office
and go to the
and
mayor's
clear.
office with it
Yes,
and show the mayor. And
No,
because
you
the
don't wanna
mayor's
get a
going to run
permit
the.
Let's go eat, y'all, and get out of these
You don't
guys.
get your
But I
money.
think
going.
he's
You
saying
see,
if
that's
you
what
take
I'm
the
saying.
statute, they may say we don't need a permit. Is that what you're?
Yes,
No,
sir.
he's-
If the permit office-
if the city attorney deems that a permit is not
Right.
needed, then that's all I need.
Right.
And y'all are good to go.
And
Do
the
you know who the
statute,
city attorney is?
Hope Malay.
I've got all the names.
and you're saying the statute may say to them they
Yes,
won't
ma'am.
need a permit. That's
Yes,
what
ma'am.
he's saying.
And,
You
and
can't
to
go
be
there.
honest, it would be a good education for our government, because
That's exactly
it's not
right.
just y'all. There's a lot of things
Right.
going on right now.
That's what the attorney that
Yeah.
told us said, that he said the cops will probably
We're
know,
kind
but
of
a lot of
hotbed
people.
right
Yeah.
now. We're learning as we
Right.
go.
Right.
And
I
we're
You
trying
see,
understand
to-
that's,
that,
that's what
Robert.
I'm trying
We
to tell
should
you.
have brought it.
With the Constitution, it's my constitutional right to carry this flag no matter where I go. No matter where I'm at, whether I'm on public property or private property. As long as I've got it in my possession and I'm carrying it,
Right.
it's mine.
Right. But when you come to the county courthouse and you assemble as a group with it, it's different than you just simply having it in your possession. You agree with that?
No.
We disagree on that one.